Hi, if you're watching this video, it's likely you've expressed an interest in writing an offer on one of the houses that we saw. So I'm just going to give you a brief overlay here of what that offer is going to look like. There's going to be four components usually attached to most offers: the purchase and sales agreement, the property condition disclosures, a pre-approval letter by a lender, and a good faith deposit. The pre-approval letter is something we've talked about. You need to be pre-approved by a bank, not pre-qualified. There is a difference. You need to make sure they've run your income and assets to hopefully avoid any problems down the road, but ultimately it's not a guarantee the bank's going to give you the money, but we do have to submit one with an offer. Otherwise, the seller and the seller's agent will just summarily reject the offer without it. Property condition disclosures are something that are required on most sales, but not all sales. In a foreclosure, they're not required. In an estate sale, they're not required. But the property condition disclosures are 4 pages of questions that a seller will answer on a number of topics, and they're supposed to disclose if there's any known material defects on them. However, it is not warrantyable. A home inspection is always the due diligence course. The fourth item in there is going to be the good faith deposit, and that's going to go back to the purchase and sales agreement, which I'll talk about now. The purchase and sales agreement, the one we use, is a 7-page document, and it's going to have all the relevant information: buyers and sellers, names, information, addresses, all that kind of stuff. The property address, it's not always the same as the seller's address. How much you want to offer as a sales price, how much of that is going to be upfront deposit, good faith, as I talked about a minute ago, how much you're going to bring to the closing table, and ultimately how much is going to be a mortgage. Also within that is going to be when you expect to do home inspections by. You usually have about 10 to 14 days to have a licensed home inspector come in and do a home inspection. We'll talk about that separately. The mortgage commitment date. We'll put a date in there, generally about 45 days, for you to get mortgage commitment from a bank. If you're unable to get it, we'll be able to terminate the deal and get your deposit back, and then ultimately the closing date, when you expect to close. Also within the purchase and sales agreement are any riders, if we've attached them, an appraisal contingency, closing cost credit, um, common charges for condos, which something else we'll talk about separately. But that's basically the structure of the offer. From that point, we submit it to the sellers, and everything becomes negotiable, and ultimately see if we can reach a point that everybody can agree and go to contract and move forward. Thanks.